What's good, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? It's your host, the smoothest fingers in the gaming industry, bringing you another Cyberpunk video. I know you may be getting tired of it if you're used to me making other videos, and some of you are enjoying it because that's all you know that I make right now is Cyberpunk videos. And yes, that's all I've been doing really is playing Cyberpunk. I played a little bit of Call of Duty last night, didn't have any fun with it, hopped right back on Cyberpunk, and again, man, I've been having so much fun on this game, enjoying myself on this game. And that's what gaming's about. That's what making these YouTube videos are about. It's about enjoyment, it's about fulfillment, it's about loving life to the fullest, to the lovest, to, I don't know, I'm on a rant right now. Yeshua saves. Gotta throw that in there. You know how it goes. Every day, every video, we praising the Lord. Hallelujah. All right, so let's talk about Cyberpunk, and let's talk about something I've been seeing floating around the internet or the interwebs a lot right now, and that's people's playtimes. So it's about a weekend, or it is a weekend since I started playing Cyberpunk, and I have now clocked in over 53 hours, almost 54 hours. My Steam finally caught up with what I was playing on GeForce, and I haven't even got past Act 2. Yes, I am in the early stages of Act 2, probably middle of Act 2. I streamed a little bit, so more people will be able to comment on that. You guys will be able to see some of that if you go watch my streams, twitch.tv/ZAHAZ. I might be moving to YouTube a lot with the stuff with Simp, but that's another video we'll talk about later today. I got a double upload coming for you guys. I know you guys will enjoy that. But let's talk about this playthrough. Let's talk about people's game time. Let's talk about how I feel about that and how objectively we should take it as gamers and people who enjoy the game of Cyberpunk or don't enjoy the game of Cyberpunk. If you just come here because you want some optimism, because you may play it in the future, or you just like hearing me talk. With my playthrough, I've done almost everything that you can do in the first 50 hours of the game. I have explored almost every nook and cranny of the city, and I don't want to say it like I've done everything and seen everything, but I've tried to go and see everything. I don't expect that I'll see everything Night City has to offer for at least another 2 or 3 playthroughs, and even then I won't have to fully experience that because I'm not using a female character, which is something a lot of people are missing out on, is that they're very narrow in how they experience things, and they're very narrow how they experience games. And you can tell by the way people are playing Cyberpunk 2077. They keep saying that they're 50 hours in, they're 60 hours in, they're 70 hours in, but they've only used a male character, but they've only used a female character, or who knows, they could have used a trainee character. I don't know what kind of stuff they're into. Do what you want. It's a damn video game. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of trends of. That's what I'm seeing a lot of the stuff running around right now. And a lot of the pictures that I'm seeing is that people are posting one character. And even if they played 1 or 2 characters, they haven't played all 3 characters, or at least not all the 3 backgrounds for the characters. And I get it. There's a lot of people out here who just want to play 1 playthrough, and that's how they play video games. Or they may just want to play 2 playthroughs. They don't want to play all of them. It's your game. Play how you want to play. But when it comes to my YouTube channel, and when it comes to other YouTubers, when it comes to news outlets, I feel like being objective as possible, or being as objective as possible, is very important. That's what I try to do on this channel, from an objective viewpoint, from an objective way of playing the game, and not only just from that standpoint, but also in some type of subjective reasoning process where I'm also the only person playing my game. I haven't really seen anybody else play the game too much other than reviews and some other opinions that I've gotten so far. This game has a lot of hours, and I mean, just look at my playthrough, for example. Look at everything that I've shown you guys. Look at how I'm experiencing the game. I'm 54 hours in a week. Now, personally, 50 something hours to 60 something hours is the max that I'll play a video game throughout the week. I think anything more than that, it's a little too much. Just for me, you play the game how you want. Again, I got to stress that. Please play how you want. But I just don't see the rush when people play these games or exactly what they're doing. Even if you complete all the gigs, all the side missions, all the main missions, and all the cop stuff that you have to run around to help the cops with, what is the point in just rushing through the game, not experiencing the world? For me, one of the best things about an open world game is I do easily get lost in the open world. There's a lot of things that pop up in this game, such as the cop missions or some of the stuff where you just kind of interact with the characters, that I love getting sidetracked by, or I love just walking around the world and interacting with. And I know that there's not a lot of interaction, such as the dancing, the drinking, you know, the changing your characters. I get that, and that stuff needs to be updated, but I've covered that in another video, and that's just my opinion on it, and that's just everybody's opinion on it at this point. These things should be in the game. They need to be in the game, and hopefully they will be in the game within the next month or so. But this stuff really intrigues me, and I love doing it. Now, if you guys remember my Red Dead Redemption playthrough or some of my Red Dead Redemption talks, it took me almost 3 months to beat that game the first time, and I've played it about 8 or 9 times since then, and it's not taking me as long. I think the first playthrough is always the longest for me because I want to do everything and 100% it the first time, and every other time I go back through it, I kind of shortcut, skip things that I didn't like doing as much as I did the first time. I also learned how to navigate things better and understand the characters and the development of the game better, which is funny because a lot of people who have played this game 2 or 3 times still are under the hours that I've played the game, and they're confused on how that's possible. I've seen a lot of people talking about that, saying, I don't understand how people are getting 170 hours out of this game when I beat it twice in 40 hours. And I'm like, you're clearly not doing everything. It's obvious. And it's a little embarrassing, right? It kind of shows your gamer, I guess you would say your strength. We'll call it gamer strength for this video. I'll come up with another word for it. But it shows that stuff. It kind of shows that you're a little weak because you just rush through games and you don't enjoy the game. I mean, what's the point of buying a $60 game, spending all this money on the game, getting as excited for it as some people were, at least I was, and then just rushing through the game and not experiencing the world at its fullest? I get it, the game's not perfect, it has flaws, it has issues like every other game does, and this game probably more so than it should have had, but the game is still fun, enjoyable, and you can still find a lot of stuff to do in the game, and I just find it confusing and a little mesmerizing how people are just rushing through it. I don't know what kind of games these guys have played before. I don't know what kind of RPGs they've played before. It's pretty obvious they probably haven't played any before and thought this was going to be like a GTA, or thought this was going to be like a Call of Duty run and gun shooter. It's just obvious that they don't play like that. And that's another thing, man. If you really take your time and learn the hacking, the stealth, and a lot of the cyberware stuff, as well as the skill tree, there have been a lot of complaints about the skill tree that I'm about to cover in another video. But even with the skill tree and stuff like that, that a lot of people aren't usually manipulating or upgrading to their fullest, or at least experimenting with. It's funny how the skill tree is so massive, but people have so much of an opinion on it already, yet the skill tree is literally the biggest skill tree I've ever seen. And I get a lot of people saying it may not impact their character the way they hoped it would, but there's a lot of tinkering and stuff that you can mess with that can really develop your character in a different way. And that's like, it's just crazy to me, right? It's crazy how these people are forming opinions, forming stuff like this out of only 20, 30, 40 hours of gameplay. And I would even go as far as saying 70 hours of gameplay for 2 playthroughs. That is ridiculous. What are you doing? What are you playing? Like, are we even playing the same game? Are we looking at the same thing? Because to me, it feels like you guys are just forming opinions for clickbait. That's really what it feels like. And I get it, right? All for them views, all for them clicks, all for them subscribers, right? All for that sellout, right? No, I don't get it, because I don't do this on this channel, and I will never do that because that is very shady. And the way you guys are playing games are shady. I'm here to call that out. It is simple. It's really that simple. The people who are making these videos complaining about this stuff, complaining about the hours, complaining about the playthroughs, have not played the game. And I've said this in other videos. It's clear these people are not playing the game. Again, I'm saying it one more time for you guys to get this through your damn head. You're not playing the game. You're rushing through it, expecting the game to give you a handout, giving you this certain type of playthrough that you were expecting, instead of being free-formed, freelance, and moldable. I guess you would say you're not being like water, like Bruce Lee said. Be like water, conform to the game. And again, I understand there's a certain way you want to play the game. Play the game how you want. I understand, get it, go ahead. But for me, I want to play it different ways, and I want to experience how the game has to offer things. How hard is that? You understand that this was made by humans who also play games the certain way, or a certain way. They can't create a game that forms to every single way of playing. It is not possible. So please learn how to adapt sometimes. I don't really like saying that word because of everything I dealt with Modern Warfare. Adapt, get better, adapt. I don't like saying it, but man, for this topic, it might actually be true, and I might have to agree with them on that. That's my biggest headache, and that's one of my biggest gripes right now is I'm 50 hours in. I've seen people 70 hours in, 80 hours in, who are literally not even completed with Act 1 or 2, and they're enjoying the hell out of the game. It's just because they take their time and they want to understand it. Why? In the world, do you spend $60, sometimes $70 on some of these worst games in Cyberpunk, in my opinion, and you think that you can just rush through the game? And it's just like, it's kind of a spoiled mentality. And again, do what you want with your money, I guess you would say, but it's a really spoiled mentality, man. It's just, you could tell people don't value what they put their money into, or they don't value their time. At least value your time, right? Because that's not infinite, at least not in this life. It is not infinite. You will not have all the time in the world. So why would you just rush through the game? And again, this is mostly reviewers that I'm calling out. It's mostly like big YouTubers. People are just rushing through it so they can get content done, so they can get a review up, so they can talk about it, instead of taking their time with the game and playing through it. I get it. If you have gripes, if you have complaints about the game, be vocal, be critical. The only way we're going to improve this game is to be vocal and to be critical. But don't just come out here, get upset at the game because you didn't play it, just because you haven't messed with the skill tree enough. Have you done everything in the skill tree? Have you messed with everything in the skill tree? Have you 100% completed the game? Have you went back and seen everything in the world? No? Then stop reviewing the game. Stop talking about the game, because you're getting paid to do this, and your opinion matters to other people who cannot necessarily play it for that long. And for those of you who just don't have the time to play the game, that's fine. Not everybody has time to play the game or wants to play the game for that long. Understandable. But don't get upset, and don't try and bitch and complain and go under tweets or go under comment sections and be negative and be hateful just because you don't want to play the game that long. For me, this has been the only game that I play. I understand not everybody wants to play Cyberpunk 24/7 or all day, every day like some of us do. You know what I mean? I get that. I understand that. But don't get upset at us for taking our time and saying, I can't understand why you would want to play that. I can't understand why you want to be like that. I can't understand how you're enjoying the game that much. It's like, there's this one meme that I retweeted on Twitter where it was like, I'm having fun with the game, and I got all these people screaming on my ear how much they hate the game, how much they can't enjoy the game. It's like, yo, get the fuck out of my ear with that shit. Stop commenting under all of my YouTube videos. Stop Snapchatting me. Stop tweeting me. Stop sending me messages on whatever platform hating me because I enjoy the game, or hating others because they enjoy the game. What's the point, brother? But that's how the world is. They want to be negative when they see other people enjoying the game, when they see other people having fun with the game. They want to bring us down with them, and that's just not how we rock. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys agree? Do you disagree? Do you hate me? Do you like me? I don't give a damn. Let me know what you think. As always, criticism is welcomed. Hope you guys are having a fun, blessed, God-given day. We'll have another upload for you guys talking about some more stuff today as throughout the week. Much love to you guys. Bless up. As always, God bless, and I'll see you in the next one.